Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a lovely throwback to 2018, the original Bethune DB28 Steel Wheels. A skeletonized barrel bridge, open ratchet wheels, open barrel covers, and all metal aesthetic. The wheels are the barrels. This was also the second application of a sapphire hand on a Bethune watch after the 2008 DB26 perpetual calendar. It's a stylish watch, all in polished grade 5 titanium, 42.6 millimeters in diameter, 11.2 millimeters thick. This one's on the long lugs when fully compressed, 53 millimeters lug-to-lug when fully extended, 58 with a 26 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, a lot is often said about the lightness of the Journe aluminum and titanium sports watches. So what I'm going to do right here in full view is I'm going to throw this watch on Sammy the scale and see what we get. Okay, so that is going to be 62.67 when you subtract the tag. So there we are. We're just over 2 ounces. That is quite light. The watch features a little combination of textile and leather, sheer cut, lacquered for refinement, with a lightly contrasting, I would say, cobalt on sort of slate blue binding stitch. And then we have a buckle that echoes the design of the lugs, and that's always been the way with Bethune. They don't have one standardized buckle for every model. It's generally an echo of the design of the case and the lugs. Screw-down crown, unbranded. Denis Flageolet, the co-founder and still creative lead at Bethune, is a classicist. He doesn't like branding crowns. That's not how it would have been done in the 18th and 19th century. You can see that we've got these spring-loaded variable geometry floating lugs, a patented element, and then the little torpedo tips on the end of the lugs. Those are elements that are drawn from the very first Bethune watch, the DB1 chronograph of 2002, though they haven't been on every Bethune watch since they have been on most. You can see there's a little pusher adjuster on the flank used to adjust the moon phase, which is also patented. You can see it's driven by a bevel gear down from the movement. It's a sphere of 1/2 white palladium, 1/2 blued steel. They start the same color. They're fired over a bed of brass shavings using an oil lamp, and then the steel quickly turns blue and the palladium does not. We have a 122-year adjustment interval, so this is a perpetual calendar style moon phase display, albeit spherical, which is accurate because that is what the moon is. You can also see that we've got, so that's patented. Spring-loaded lugs are patented. Self-adjusting barrels, also patented. 90 turns to fully wound, 4 hertz beat rate, 6-day power reserve. You cannot accidentally overwind the barrels. There's no danger of damaging anything. One of the springs will slip. These self-adjusting barrels are patented. We have 1, 2, 3 shock protection springs, triple parachute shock protection. Patented. What's the purpose? 1, to prevent damage, but 2, to improve chronometry. It actually improves the timekeeping of the watch. We also have a balance wheel that is the 2016 patent balance wheel. Denis creates a new balance every time he finds a better way to reduce the impact of temperature change on timing, aerodynamic drag on timing, and also to maximize total mass in the rim. The big one is the temperature change, and this is a titanium-fired blue wheel with white gold masses. We also have a patented hairspring curve. It starts as a flat hairspring. The terminal coil is clipped off, cut, shaped manually, and then micro-clamped back onto the inner coils. So it has all the qualities in terms of positional stability of an overcoil, but it's thin and shock-resistant like a flat hairspring, and though somewhat difficult to see, there is also a silicon escape wheel of Bethune's own design that reduces friction as well as mass in the system. You can see we've got a sapphire hour hand, and it's actually only partially sapphire. The elements that are blue, that's actually a blued metal cap that's placed on the hand to give it a little bit more definition. The idea is to not block the view of what's below, but also to be able to read the hour hand. We also have a fired minute hand, and then a fired ring that acts as sort of a chapter ring underneath the hours. So you can see that fired blue titanium ring that runs around and then forms a frame for the moon phase. Notice that we've got these little serrations in the minute track to make the minutes evident, and then spheres of polished titanium acting as the hours. By the way, this is grade 5 titanium. It is the type that is more scratch resistant than grade 2, but also more scratch resistant than 904L and 316 watchmaking steels. So it's hypoallergenic. It is lighter than steel. Not just hypoallergenic and lighter than steel, also more scratch resistant than both steel and grade 2 titanium. But finish does matter. How you finish it has an impact on how it hides marks. My experience is that when brushed, grade 5 titanium will show the same marks as any other metal, but when polished, it does an incredible job of hiding scratches and scuffs and just resisting them outright. You can see this is a monoblock case construction. The bezel and the mid case are all one piece. Everything loads through the back of the watch. On the back of the watch, we have a power reserve indicator, 6 days of power reserve. You can see this is all artisanally crafted with fired blue titanium. We have polish, satination, beveling, and engine turning on this case back. Back to the dial side, you'll note that we have a skeletonized barrel bridge, but what appears at first glance like it might be Côte de Genève is actually a type of reductive lathe engraving that echoes the design of Côte de Genève, but with a much deeper and more pronounced texture. You can also see we have mirrored anglage on the edge of the bridge, as well as mirror polishing on the base plate cap. And then the bridge for the balance, by the way, it is a 4 Hertz balance. We'll fire this up now. A 30-meter water-resistant watch with a screw-down crown, so it's not really designed for submergence. The screw-down crown is designed to protect the crown from the lug because the lug is mobile. That's why it has a screw-down crown. So we're going to fire this watch up. Again, you can see the open ratchet wheels and barrel covers. Those are the steel wheels of this Steel Wheels model. There we go. Flying into action, you can see the balance in motion. I want to emphasize something that's easy to miss, a little bit hard to see. But right there, you could see that the teeth of the ratchet wheel are actually micro-beveled. And then we have solarization on the barrel covers and satination on the wheels. We also have mirrored anglage on the inner bevels of this skeletonized bridge, and then mirror polishing by means of diamond paste of the bridge underneath the hands. We also have satination and beveling of the steel springs for the triple parachute. And if you look at the balance bridge here, you can see that it is tapered and rounded and mirrored. This is a structure that takes up to 11 hours to decorate, and it's only a few millimeters long and a fraction of a millimeter wide. An extraordinary watch from an extraordinary brand. I believe de Bethune has not yet made 5,000 watches in its entire existence, so exclusivity is assured. And if you want the iconic de Bethune, you want the DB28. If you want the most mechanical DB28, then you want the Steel Wheels. So reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing. Just a little bit more background on this movement. It is called the 2115V4, and it's a 30-millimeter movement, so it properly fills this large case, with de Bethune making the dial, the case, and the movement, and the balance, and the moon phase in-house.